I just got back from one of the largest card shows in Canada, and I'm going to tell you how that went. So I wasn't as excited to go to this card show as the last couple of card shows because if you know, you know, everything in the Pokemon community has been crazy, stupid, expensive recently. And one of the reasons that I liked card shows was because you could go and buy a bunch of cheap products. Back when the market was low, you know, it was a lot lower than what Pokemon themselves were selling for. And that's why I really enjoyed going to card shows. And I don't really like buying singles from like eBay and stuff, so it's always a great opportunity for me to pick up some singles. And that is what I did this time around. I found that even this card show was bigger than it usually is. The card show is hosted at the International Center in Toronto, which is basically this really big like community center. There's different halls, and so usually when we go, there's other different like conventions happening at the time. There was, but we had rented out, I say we, I didn't run the place, but the people who run the card show, the Sport Card Expo, had more of the halls booked and open than they usually do, so there was a lot more space. We didn't eat at the card show like we usually do, which is interesting because there was actually now 2 eating areas. Usually there's just 1 eating area, and people will sit there looking through their cards and sit there on their phone and they won't eat, and that always annoyed me so much because I would be trying to eat my lunch, right? Because you want to show up there at like 10 a.m, you know, stay there a couple hours, you know, you kind of want to eat something, right? But they did actually have 2 eating areas open, and they had places to sit, like lounges, which I really enjoyed. So the setup wise this year was a bit better than previous years. The prices were crazy, guys. I do think some of the prices of some products went down in the last couple of years. Like I think Surging Sparks was down a little bit, but it's absolutely crazy. And so for that reason, I didn't buy any sealed product. I only bought cards, which I'll show you the cards that I bought later. And I want to give a big thank you also to one of you guys who actually sent me $35 to spend at the card show. And you best believe I did spend that. I did spend that. So a big thank you to you. I thank you very, very much for that. My dad usually goes and he gets an autograph. I think part of the reason why I didn't have as good of a time at this card show was because I spent probably an hour and a half just sitting on the floor waiting for my dad in line because my mom was waiting to go take a picture. We didn't want to get separated at any point. We wanted to kind of all be together. And the reason it was annoying, which I'm going to say this, if you are looking to get an autograph at one of the sports card expos, because they do travel around Canada, there's Montreal, there's Vancouver, blah blah blah. Anyway, usually we buy a fast pass so that we get to go a bit quicker through the line. This one didn't have a fast pass until the day before, so we didn't know. We just assumed that this guy wasn't selling fast passes. Apparently he was. He just didn't. Like, I don't know why they did that. It was so stupid. I don't know why they did that. So a bunch of people had a fast pass that we just didn't know existed, and we had wished that we had got one because it took forever. And then by the time we were done, because I was sitting on the floor because there was nowhere to sit around the autograph place, my butt was really sore, and I didn't have it in me to walk around too much after that. But I spent probably around 4 hours at the card show. The Pokemon section was actually off in a different hall, which I didn't have the map this time. Honestly, it was probably on me. I probably should have been a little bit more prepared this time around, but I didn't realize that the Pokemon section was actually off in a different hall, like completely closed off in a different like section of the building. So it took me a while to actually get to the Pokemon section, and by the time I got there I was kind of sore from walking around, so I didn't do too much in the Pokemon section. But there was a lot of vendors still selling Pokemon stuff in the regular section, and everything was just really expensive. If you're wondering, in comparison of like if you're new to the hobby and you're not quite sure like what the market used to be like, when I went to my first Sport Card Expo, a booster box was around $100 to $150 Canadian. Now they are almost double that at $300 to $350 Canadian, which is crazy. And I am not paying almost $400 for cardboard. And there's definitely a lot more new vendors here that just really don't know what they're talking about. Like, it's totally fine to not know your stuff and to be a new person in the hobby, but to come out charging ridiculous prices for things and not know at all what you're talking about. I had a lot of conversation with vendors that didn't know what slabs were, didn't understand how grading worked. I heard somebody say that they weren't going to charge less for a PSA 8 than they were going to charge for a raw card, which, if you don't know, like, I didn't see what card it was, but oftentimes PSA 8 does actually go for lower than a raw card because PSA 8s just aren't very good. So I found that odd because I didn't see the card. This was just something that I overheard. He was talking to a guy, and he was like, no, I won't sell a PSA 8 for less than raw. And it's like, most of the time, yeah, they are worth less. Like, if you look at the Bubble Mew, PSA 8 is worth a little bit less than a raw card. And I guess when anything kind of blows up, you kind of lose the charm of the community a little bit as a bunch of like newcomers come in. And that's not a bad thing. I think a lot of really good people have been reintroduced or introduced to the TCG, and there's a lot of people that have really good intentions, but there's also like, I walked into the building and I could sense the the finance bro energy radiating from everyone. There's also a lot of good people. Actually, I met one guy. I get kind of like awkward at card shows because I have a hard time hearing people when there's like a lot of noise going on, and so I have a really awkward time talking to people because I can't really hear them. There was one guy who I was kind of like being awkward with, and he was like, oh, there's like, you're a Pikachu fan, we had this really cool Pikachu card over here in this binder, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, I was like, I'm fine, I'm good, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm just trying to buy this card that I had, which I'll show you. I was like, I'll just get this one. He's like, no, I'll go find it for you. And I was like, oh, okay, you don't have to do it, it's fine. And anyway, it turns out that it had sold already, and he was like, oh, I'm sorry, it's sold already. And I was like, that's fine, dude, like, it's fine, dude. And he was like, no. And then he gave me a discount on the card that I was buying. So that was really nice. I always find it interesting. One thing that me and my mom always talk about when we're at these card shows together is we always say, who's buying this? Because you'll go through like a table of stuff and they'll be like, these are $50,000, and you're like, who is buying? Genuinely, I don't know if anybody watching this has ever bought a card worth more than $1,000 at a card show. I'm so curious why. Like, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way of like, oh, I'm judging the way you're spending your money. I'm just like curious, like did it come from wanting it for a collection? Did it come from like an investment standpoint? I'm so curious in like 10 years time, how much money are these people gonna actually make off these collections? Because who are they gonna find to sell it to, you know? Like, it makes me wonder how much money these people are actually making, because even though they have inventory of hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Are you actually making anything? Because like, who's buying your $100,000 Pikachu, you know? I just think about that a lot. I just think about that a lot. I am a Pikachu collector here on the channel. Pikachu's my favorite Pokemon. I am always looking for Pikachu cards, but I also recently started a cute binder this year, so I was also looking for cute cards as well. I'll go get my binders and I'll show you what I got. Okay, so I will start with my Pikachu binder. We'll show you what I got for Christmas. Rainbow Pika! That was my chase card, and I'm so happy to have him. I think everything is on this page. So this is the first new card that I got, and that is the Pikachu V Full Art, and I think this is from Brilliant Stars, but I can't see because there's a little Ultra Pro symbol blocking the set symbol. He's really cute. I love him. And that is the first new card that I got. On this page, I got a blind box. Oh, I forgot that. I gotta go get that too. I got a plush blind box from the Chinese Pokemon TCG thing, and it came with a surprise plush, a card that matched the plush, and 2 booster packs, and one of them was this. I don't know what this is. I think this is 151 or something. Then I got this one, which is new, and I bought this card because he has butt cheeks. I thought it was really funny. And then I got this card because he's angry. And then this isn't a Pikachu card, but it's Chikorita and Pikachu, and I love Chikorita so much. I love Chikorita, okay? So this one I had to get. I had to get this card because it has 2 of my faves. And then I got this card, which I thought was funny. It's a sideways card, and it says, "Are you all okay?" And I don't know why, I just think that's so funny. Are you all okay? Guys, are you all okay? And I think that's it for my Pikachu binder. And then this is my cute binder. And in this binder, the new cards that I got are the Cloth IR from the Scarlet and Violet base set. And I know you're probably like, that's not cute. I beg to differ. Do you see his little face? Do you see his little face? Look at him. He's so goofy. He's so goofy. That is so funny. He's so funny looking. I love that card. So I bought that. It's a little bit scratched up, which I didn't notice at the card show because the overhead lights are kind of harsh, but it's whatever. I'm happy with it. And then I got, I think this is Japanese Tojidamaru, which is really cute. Japanese Yamper from Phantasmal Flames. Can you guys see this? This is so awkward. Japanese Yamper from Phantasmal Flames. Then I put these, I didn't buy these, but I just put them in Dreepy and Dracloak. I also got this Eevee from, it's like an old Eevee, maybe from Team Rocket with the R there. I thought that was really cute. Oh, I love this card that I got. The Sprigatito Full Art from Ascended Heroes. I think it's so pretty. I've been loving full art arts. Oh my god, I almost hit myself in the face. I've been loving full arts so much recently though, guys. I don't know, I just love the texture, and like when you get a cutie patootie on them, they're so cute. And I think that's all I got actually. I got this blind box can, and on it, so it says you can get Pikachu, Raichu, Pachirisu, Pama or Pami, I think you can't remember the difference, and then Minun and Plusle. And then I think the hidden one is again Pama or Pami. There's two of the same evolution, and then you get one of the cards to match. And I was torn because I was like, I do love Pikachu, he is my favorite, but it comes with the 151 Pikachu card, which I do already have. I pulled that myself, and I already have a lot of Pikachu plushies as well, so I was kind of like, I don't really need that. The Raichu was cute. I think the Raichu probably was the one that I probably would have wanted the most. It comes with booster packs there and the can, which I'm gonna take this off after. This was $50, which might have been overpriced, but I didn't really care because I wanted it really bad. So inside of it, I got Pachirisu, which is really cute, and then I got the Pachirisu card, and I think it came with a keychain holder, but I'm actually not really sure where that is. But it comes in a little case, and you can like stand it up on his tail, and they're really cute. I'm gonna put this in my cute binder, I think, or maybe I'll display it on my shelf. I might do that as well, but I'm happy with what I got. I'm glad I didn't get Pama. I like these ones. I like Pachirisu. Pachirisu would have been my third pick probably. And then the last thing that I got was a Ninetales Funko Pop, and I'm obsessed with this Funko Pop because I don't know if you can see it, but his mouth is just like, he just looks so nonchalant. It is so funny. I love it so much. He's just so, it's so funny. And I'm gonna put him on my shelf over there or something. But yeah, that was my card show experience. If you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to subscribe and like the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye for now.